Okay, so we started this Dear Astra column, and I wanted to kind of explain this in this way, hopefully, if my life permits it right now. My son is home, so there's a good chance he could run in here and start screaming at me. Um, our group of admins consists of 5 people who have been fairly active in the astrology community, at least from a Facebook perspective, for the past couple years or so. Uh, and we've put a lot of thought into establishing this group and kind of formulating and starting um, a community where people can come and be themselves. They can come and express their spiritual views, especially in relation to astrology, and that was our main focus as well. You can come and talk about whatever you want as long as you can relate it to astrology. And we've been trying to find ways that we could kind of grow this community and make it more than what it is now. I don't know exactly what I was saying. I just had to pause this because, like I said, I have a very active 5-year-old in my house right now. Um, but our main thought or idea behind this whole column that we wanted to do was that we thought it was really cool thinking back through the years of those advice columns. Things like Dear Abby is where it would have started, but then in the 90s, you would have seen kind of an uproar in the publication industry and like magazines like Cosmo and stuff like that. And we thought it was kind of cool taking on that kind of trendy vibe of what used to be, as you really don't see many of those anymore, and kind of being able to relate that into the astrology sector to kind of be able to get advice. Now, at some point, it would be awesome to be able to do this potentially on like a live call or even from a podcast perspective, but mainly live. The live call in option would be really cool, kind of in a talk radio roundtable type astrology type thing. And I think that we are getting closer and closer to finding the right tools to be able to do that. So I just wanted to come out and say this in my voice so that it's not text and typing because that might not make as much sense. But what we really wanted to do with this whole astrology column thing is to give people a place to ask questions where they don't necessarily have to do it with their face attached to their questions. That can be a little bit tough when it comes to having to incorporate your birth details in there because if you've been a member of this community long enough, people probably know your placements or your chart even if you have shared them. If you're one of those people that lurks around kind of in the shadows who doesn't want to come forth and show who they are, then it's a perfect opportunity for you. Nobody's going to know who your chart or where your chart is coming from. But in all, just to round this up, so hopefully I can do this before my child comes back in here and starts screaming at me again. We just really wanted to launch this thing and get it in full play. Have people contribute, have people answer questions, especially people who may not necessarily have the money available to go out and get a professional reading right now, because we do comprehend as astrologers that professional readings aren't that cheap. And the reason why they aren't that cheap is because it's a niche service that is being provided to you. So if you are one of those people who might actually want some input on their chart or something uh, in relation to their personal life that they might want more answer in relation to astrology, this is for you. This is your channel to be able to do that. Now, as we have put in our disclaimer, we're not going to be able to answer all questions. The reason for that being that who knows how many we will get at some point in time. We've played this game before and tested things out where it was a free play, and then we've kind of screwed ourselves in the future. So your questions will be screened. We will be answering the ones that do appeal to us most, that we think we can give the best input on. So if you're going to leave questions, please do so in a way that is fairly detailed and kind of, I don't know, just make it personal. It's an anonymous forum, so you're not going to be judged for anything that you say. So please go ahead and go about making it as personal as you possibly can. And who knows, maybe in the future we'll be able to do more with this with your guys' help. Thank you.